against Baez at all, but Bryant checks off the most boxes. Tigers will be getting a minor league ready Reese Olson for Norris. Okay.
Alexa.
That's all I'm seeing on Joel Sherman from right now. Just a return for that trade.
The beat you were hearing was, can you hear that cello launcher just back into it?
Brian is also the most handsome ever. Yeah. That's funny. It's funny that my counter would be, I don't think anything will look like better, like even looks. Yeah. And Lindor, those two studs in your middle infield. Bryant is a moonshot. Baez and Story more likely. Bryant isn't a moonshot. I don't agree with that. Even if the Mets don't land Bryant, he's never been a moonshot for them. So I don't agree with that notion. Oh, Tigers have discussed Michael Fulmer with multiple clubs today. Fulmer was Detroit's closer earlier this year. Yep, not surprised. Michael Fulmer is a very sneaky bullpen acquisition. I'm curious to see if the Mets are going to be in on that or not. Okay, Andy Martino. Again, it's Andy. Take it with a grain of salt. He says, keep an eye on the relief market for Mets over the next 2 hours. Joakim Soria is one of the many relievers they've had multiple conversations about. That, again, that's not a surprise. Joakim Soria, we don't have him currently on the board right now, but Soria is a guy to keep an eye on for sure. I'm going to go over Soria's numbers quick. So Soria does have a 4.3 ERA. Oh, I didn't even realize how old Joakim is. 37. My goodness.
Yeah, he's old. Alexa.
More depth to your bullpen now.
Play hip hop beats.
The beat you were hearing was, can you hear that cello launcher just back into it?
Yes. Alexa, raise the beat up to 6. Testing. Can you hear me? Alexa, drop the beat down to 5. What's going on out there? Welcome to the first ever live stream from the Morning Bear Podcast. I'm your host of the Morning Bear Podcast, Darrell Davis. And we're doing it big today because it is the Major League Baseball trade deadline. So we're pretty much going to be talking about all the trades that took place today, yesterday, the power moves that the Yankees made, the big mega power move that the Dodgers made with Scherzer and let's see, trades. Pete, I know nothing's going on right now, but I do think we might be doing something. We do got 2 hours left before the trade deadline's at 4 p.m. So if you're a Mets fan and you're worried about no moves being made yet, we still got 2 hours. Remember, let's go back to 2015. Yoenis Cespedes didn't happen to the very last minute. So we didn't get the player that we needed to get us over the top to the very last minute. So you never know. It might happen. It might happen late. It could happen at 3 o'clock. It could happen 4 o'clock, 3:59, whatever. But we're going to be on here for at least 2.5 hours, the first 2 hours before the 4 p.m. trade deadline and the half an hour after to recap everything that took place. So if you're a Met fan out there, say what's up in the chat. Let me answer this. Hopefully soon. But if you're here with me right now, whatever you're drinking, mark it down. I'm drinking a Stella. My favorite beer right now. They serve this at Citi Field, $7 or more for thing. Do you hear the much? Front office is calling to see if Bartello's available. I would like Bartello to be another arm. We could use Bartello right now with all the ways that we've been losing players left and right, and we got Rich Hill, so we might as well have Bartello have a 40-year-old pitching staff, But rumors are that they speaking to Minnesota. We lost out on Berrios. He went to to Toronto for a big haul. I feel Toronto got fleeced in that deal. They gave up 2 of their top 5 prospects. One is familiar to the Mets, Simeon Richards, who he went to Minnesota, so he might be on the cusp of making that roster real soon. But they also gave him Austin Martin, who was their top pick, drinking Fiji water. I think you drink better, but I'm at work, yeah. So I'll drink this one for you, Peter. I'll drink this. I'm going to open the Stella for you right now or whatever. Got to clean the top off. But pretty much Fiji is good. But they gave up Austin Martin. Austin Martin is supposed to be a second baseman prospect. They already got Toronto already got their second baseman in the future right there. So they don't really need. They ain't really. I think they got Biggio and they got Bichette. They got somebody else playing second base or whatever. So I guess they could afford to give up Austin Martin for a potential number 2, number 3 starter in Berrios. He's not an ace. He's not going to get Toronto over the top when Yankees are making moves that they're making, when Boston just made a move for Schwarber, and when Tampa Bay made. I think I like the move a lot for Nelson Cruz. So there's no way I see Toronto combat those moves by come back early. I wish Cano could come back. Actually, we could use Cano's bat because his bat wasn't bad last year, so we could definitely use Cano's bat. But hopefully, he might be at DH next year, so who knows? But right now, Berrios' move for Toronto is not going to get them over the top. I believe they could. They need some more. They got Brad Hand also yesterday from Washington. So they're lengthening their pitching staff, which is great. But I just don't think they can compete with the Yankees, the Bostons, and Tampa Bay right now. They're really pretty much in the back end of that division. I would love Cano back. Love Cano back. But right now, who's out there? We're gonna be on here for a good 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. We gotta keep our fingers crossed. Let me look in the online real quick, see what we got going on. Any rumors or whatever. I heard the Buxton rumor from Minnesota, but would you want to deal with Minnesota now with how much they fleecing people? They're still talking about interest in Trevor Story as about an hour ago. I'm not huge on Story. Like you, if you see my other videos, I'm very huge on Baez, Davies, even a Chris Bryant before that. Story is decent, but I would want somebody that if you want to give up a little bit, or if you want to give a prospect, whatever we give up, I want somebody that I feel that we could potentially re-sign. If we get Baez, I think he's very re-signable. If we get Bryant, I think we might have to re-sign him before Conforto. So Story, I don't think he's a New York type of player or even want to play in New York. I think he wants to go to his hometown in Texas. He's more of a Texas type of guy. He's more of a Midwest type of guy. Hold on. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Good. This is the first live stream, so I just want to, make sure everything's going correctly. So this is a BYOB party. So if you got your own beer, please open it and drink it with me. Don't want to drink alone. Definitely, yes. Definitely, we need either. I mean, if we get Bryant, all right, because look, we gotta make Powell move now, right? So, if we could get, because these guys are like loading up. Padres are loading up. Dodgers are loading up. If we worried about the AL, Yankees are loading up. Boston just loaded up with Schwarber. That's a huge move. Tampa Bay loaded up. Toronto is somewhat loading up. Chicago White Sox, they loaded up. Everybody's loading up. Only people that I've seen is Houston has been like low. They've been low key or whatever. They might swoop in there. Even Tampa Bay's talking about Bryant. This is the way you combat what LA Dodgers just did. The power move they just made. The moves that Padres are making. You go to Chicago, be like, give me Bryant and Baez, and Zach Davies right here, because our bullpen is fine, but I do want another arm, a lefty in there, another lefty to help loop out a little bit, help lengthen out the bullpen a little bit more for the postseason, a power arm if we can. I did want Chafin, but he went to Oakland. If we could get Baez and Bryant together and put them in that lineup and help propel that lineup to a playoff run, or if we go ahead and get Davies with that, if we have to give up a Mauricio and a Ventos for that, somewhat mortgage a little bit of our future. But we already got shortstop already taken care of, so we don't need Mauricio at shortstop. We also got third base taken care of for the future in a Brett Batty. So how much do we need Ventos? How much do we need Mauricio? If it takes Mauricio and Ventos in order to get Bryant and Baez and maybe another prospect to get Zach Davies, I might have to do that with Chicago, because Chicago have been talking about Francisco Alvarez, but I don't want to give that up for anybody. He is our catcher of the future after McCann's leave. So if we could do a 3 for 3 prospects, 3 or 4 prospects for Bryant, Baez, and Zach Davies, who all look like rentals. If we could do that, I'll definitely do that by far. I'll go straight ahead and do that deal if we get all 3 of them, because this right there, that type of move will combat the Scherzer trade Turner move that Washington and Los Angeles made, which, I mean, you might as well just hand the trophy over to LA right now with that type of move. It's going to be hard to beat the teams in the West. It's going to be hard to beat the American League teams that's coming up. Yeah, I'll pay their salaries. Cohen have the money to pay their salaries. We might be over the the threshold a little bit, which I think he's trying to stay away from, which is fine by all means. It's his money. He could, if he wants to do that, that's fine. But please, if you bought a big market team, spend like a big market team, act like a big market team. My music kind of died. Alexa, keep playing that the hip hop beats, man, in the background.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Alexa, please play the hip hop beats.
Ready to freestyle over some beats?
Yes, ma'am.
Either do it solo or make it a cipher and pass the beat around with some friends. When you are ready for the beat to drop, say begin.
Go ahead and drop the beat, Alexa. So if Baez and Bryant is not the move, who do y'all think would be the move to make? I'm hearing Buxton, but the way Minnesota's trading right now, the haul that they got back for Berrios, who's just a 2 or 3 starter, the haul they got back for him, what the hell you think they're going to ask for Buxton? Now, would you give up on Mauricio and Eventos for that? I might have to do that because that's your center fielder right there. You might have to move Nemo over to left field a little bit, and Dom Smith becomes more of a role player. But yes, I would want Buxton and sign Buxton if we can pivot. If you can't get the Bryant and Baez of the world, I would take that over Trevor Story because that's the names that you're hearing right now. This late rumor came out about Buxton being available because he's not signable by Minnesota right now. So Minnesota's looking to be sellers big time. They already gave it Berrios and whoever else. So I'm not really seeing nothing else on the front. Something's going to come down late. I do believe a move's going to be made. We just have to be a little bit patient. It's feeling disheartening a little bit being a Mets fan right now with no moves being made like all these other power teams are making. But we'll have to see. So tonight, we got kind of a move being made in general with Carlos Carrasco coming back. So there's a little bit of electricity in the air because you finally going to see Carlos Carrasco, who was the big move with Lindor made this year in the offseason. So we finally getting him back. And it's going to take him about a few starts to get back to where he was as a good number 2 or 3 starter. So that's Berrios. If we had got Berrios, see, I'm kind of glad. I believe we dodged a bullet with Berrios because what they were asking for Berrios and what they got back in return for Berrios is set a precedence now. That's why I'm kind of scared to trade with Minnesota. But what they got back tells me they're going to ask for a lot for Buxton. But I wouldn't want to give that up for Berrios. I wouldn't want to give up Mauricio. I wouldn't want to give up Ventos so I could use them in a better trade for a better bat. So in a way, we dodged a bullet because we're pretty much getting the same pitcher back tonight in Carrasco. You understand? We're getting the same pitcher back who's a number 2, number 3 at best. He's not an ace. That's what Berrios is. He's not an ace. He's not going to blow you away. Same thing like Carrasco. They're going to top out 96 miles per hour with good stuff that moves around a little bit. And you're pretty much getting the same pitcher back anyway tonight. So why did we need to get Berrios? Why did we have to give up the farm for Berrios? I'm glad we didn't make that move. I feel like we dodged a bullet with that. Let's turn it around another way and use those trade chips to get somebody else, to get a different player on the roster. Now, right now, the electricity is in the air for tonight. If we make a trade or don't make a trade, because we got Carrasco coming back, and we got the black shirts coming back tonight. So that's something that's a lot of Mets fans are happy about. But that's not going to win you a championship. We shouldn't rest on our laurels and not make a move because we're getting the black shirts back, because we're getting Carrasco back tonight. It's going to take Carrasco 3 to 4 starts to even get back into the pitcher that he was. But right now, it's looking like we got the Berrios type of pitcher tonight in Carrasco. Our pitching staff right now is looking like Rich Hill. I'm gonna put this down on paper. Rich Hill, Carrasco, McGill, Stroman, Walker. We need to get DeGrom back ASAP. DeGrom, man. Right now he's a little iffy with a lot of things. And then Syndergaard coming back hopefully in September, but he might play better out the bullpen to stretch his arm out a little bit. He might play better having that power arm in the bullpen. So I'm not worried about a bullpen move. I would like a bullpen move. I think that's gravy on top of the on top of the dish. It would be a bullpen move. But right now, if we do a starting pitcher and a bat, or maybe even two bats, if we could get Baez and Bryant together, I think that would put us over the top in the East because Philly's looking to make a move too. We got to be leery about that. We're only 3.5 games. I'm not comfortable with this lead. I'm not comfortable with a whole August and September to go, 2 months to go in the season. I'm not comfortable with just a 3.5 game lead, especially to the Phillies, who we lost that lead to twice in the late 2007, 2008 seasons. So I'm not looking forward to that prospect of going into September with that minuscule lead and not a better better team out there. So let me see if I see anything else. Let me go in the Major League Pipeline and see if you see anything. If you all hear any rumors or anything, if you hear anything else, put it in the chat, put it out there. Whoever's out there, just say what's up. Tell me what you're drinking right now, what you're drinking with me. If you're not drinking nothing close to Stella, you need to upgrade it right now. Okay. So word came down today too. Starlin Castro, this is not a trade. Starlin Castro got suspended for 30 games for the DV policy. So far, Craig Kimbrel hasn't been moved yet. They even talking about Kyle Hendricks, which I don't think I think that's a pipe dream. I feel we're gonna have to give a lot for that. What y'all think about the Yankee moves, the power moves the Yankees made? See, I'm not, I'm far from a Yankee fan. I'm the last person in the world to be considered a Yankee fan. Hate the Yankees, but impressive move with the Rizzo. The Gallo, I was like, you got like 3 Gallos on the team already in a vote and Judge and Stanton already. Joey Gallo, he's going to, I think what his significance to the Yankees are pretty much his defense in the outfield, potentially playing either right or center field and having an arm and a glove. But, excuse me, as far as his bat, he already has they already have 2 or 3 players like that as far as the bat, is concerned. So, no need for another player like that. But the way he's going to play dividends is the defense and the left-handed bat in that lineup to help stretch that lineup out a little bit. Okay. 6+ teams has checked in on Buxton right now. That's the rumor. Trade Vogt for pitching help. Wow. There's a rumor the Yankees will trade Vogt for pitching help because Garrett Cole got rocked last night. Since he's not been using a spider tack no more, Garrett Cole got shellacked. I think he gave up 6 unearned runs, 7 runs altogether in a 14-0 drubbing by the Tampa Bay. I was about to say Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by Tampa Bay Rays. It's almost like they played the Buccaneers 2 touchdowns to nothing. More likely than Bryant to the Mets. Okay, Baez more likely than Bryant to the Mets. That's a rumor. So, what you think about the Yankees move? I think the Rizzo was more of a Yankee move, whereas I think he's just going to be a team leader. Like, I envy the Yankee move. I'm not a Yankee fan, especially in the days of Jeter and when it was beating everybody, beating Boston. I rooted against them so much. It was just so good. I just rooted against them so much. Anybody against the Yankees I was a fan of, and because they beat the Mets so much, I just couldn't wait for them to get rid of it. Couldn't wait to see them lose. But then lately, I've been feeling a little bit bad for them. I don't know. So it was good, for baseball, and, to see them make a move or two. Two good moves. I think Gallo's going to play well defensively. Rizzo's going to play well defensively at first base. What they're going to do with Vogt now is he just a DH, but they already got Stanton. Where you going to put Stanton back in left field, sit Garner, put Gallo in center. But you can't play Stanton in left field because he gets hurt too much. You know, he might take a bad step and then that's it. You have to play Rizzo at first. He's a Gold Glover. Gallo's a Gold Glover. So they got better defensively. You understand? They got better, but the team speed is still lacking. They're all a swinging. They're a lot of swing and miss. They're gonna have a lot of swing and misses with Gallo. They're all or nothing. They're gonna hit a home run or they're gonna strike out. But I think they got better. Now, if they could flip Vogt for a pitcher. The best pitcher that was on the two best pitchers that was on the trade block, Berrios and Scherzer are gone. But if you could probably flip Vogt for Hendricks, I think that's a great move right there. You put him behind Garrett Cole, who's no longer Garrett Cole for some reason because no more spot attack. So I think that's a good move on the Yankees' part. Let's see if they get a starting pitcher behind that. Now, the Dodgers move, right? I'm not mad at that Dodgers move as a Mets fan. I'm happy to see Trey Turner out of the NL East. He used to destroy the Mets. I feel right now the games that we got against Washington coming up should be a lot easier. We don't have to face a Scherzer. We don't have to face a Turner no more. So I feel those are that's a win for us. But if we do play Dodgers in the postseason, they're gonna be tough as hell. Okay, nothing new yet. Do you think San Francisco Giants are gonna make a move? They have to catch up to everything that the Padres and Dodgers been doing. So, do they have a move on their plate to be made? Let's see what's out there. Mets still haven't made nothing. It's 222. At this point right now, even though Trevor Story is last on my list of players I want to get, the nervousness in the Mets nation is so high that I would take a Trevor Story just to relieve, But I don't want to give up a lot for a Trevor Story because I don't think he's resignable. We're not getting him Lindor money. I don't think he's even worth $250, which he might command $200. Baez just wants $200. I like that. I think that's doable for Baez's what he brings to the table in today's baseball, where it's all or nothing, swing for home runs, swing for the fences. So if we do give a Trevor Story, I'd rather Baez over him. Looking back at my old videos, I had that as my my one. It's a good beat right here. All right. So I'm looking. So what do you think? You think San Francisco will make a move? You think they're gonna try to compete in that? Because I mean they're not running away with, but they're the best team in baseball as far as record wise. I could see Chris Bryant being on their radar. Third baseman Evan Longoria is I think he's hurt right now in the IL. Why does the beat keeps coming off? Alexa, keep playing hip hop beats.
Okay, here's rap beats.
Thank
So
you.
you'd like to do a little freestyle? Beat, or say what are your beats?
No, it's fine, Alexa. Just play the beat.
So you'd like to do a little freestyle? Name your beat.
Okay, yes, Alexa. Yes, I would.
So you'd like to do a little freestyle? Name your beat or say what are your beats?
Yes, Alexis. I can't hear you. Yes, Alexa, play the beat.
So you'd like to do a little freestyle? Name your beat or say what are your beats?
What are your beats, Alexa? Wow.
So you'd like to do a little freestyle? Name your beat or say what are your beats?
What are your beats?
You can say battle rap, West Coast hip hop, gangsta rap, or R&B rap.
R&B rap. Okay, so let's come back to this. So, okay, Braves now made 2 moves. Okay, they got so it seemed like they're not selling. Braves right now are in contention with us. They're only a few games back. I think they're about 4.5 games back behind us because we lost the series, a 5-game series, 3-2 to them. And they acquired Eddie Rosario from the Indians for Pablo Sandoval. Okay, Eddie Rosario, I like him a lot as far as left-handed outfield bat. They got rid of their bench player, the Panda. The Panda head is no longer in Atlanta. It's now in Cleveland, the Cleveland Guardians. Got to start getting used to that. They also received Adam Duvall, who I think was a former player for Atlanta, from the Marlins for catcher Alex Jackson. So the Braves not looking to wave the white flag yet. They still looking to compete. Right now, the Brewers just received Daniel Norris, left-handed pitcher, which would have been a good move for the Mets to make. A small move, but effective because it would stretch out that bullpen. We've got a left-handed pitcher they need to get to put in that bullpen with Loop. They got him from the Tigers for Reese Olson. Okay. Let me see what other moves are made. So those moves were made. Berrios went for Simeon Woods Richardson and Austin Martin, which is amazing. Amazing haul. Phillies made a move. They traded for left-handed pitcher Braden Ogle from the Pirates for Abraham Gutierrez. He's a catcher. Now going back to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh still has some players they could move. They could move a Rich Rodriguez. Excuse me. Rays made a move, minor move. Sean Armstrong, right-handed pitcher from the Orioles for cash consideration. Daniel Hudson went to the Padres, right-handed relief pitcher. He came from the Nationals. Nationals blown up that whole damn thing for right-handed pitcher Mason Thompson, and this was done 15 hours ago. Schwarber went to Boston. He might be their DH. No, actually, they got J.D. Martinez, so he's going to be a left fielder. He's going to be playing with the green monster right there, but he's going to be a left-handed bat in that lineup. They got rid of him for Aldo Ramirez, who's a right-handed pitcher from Boston. Of course, the Scherzer and Trey Turner. I'm happy to get him out the NL East right now for catcher Ruiz, Gray, Donovan Casey, and a right-handed pitcher Carrello. Mariners got Diego Castillo, right-handed pitcher from the Rays. So the Rays are shifting people back. Maybe it doesn't match in their formula of what they want as their players. They're trading people even to other potential contenders, which is Seattle, who's right there in the wild card playoff contention. They got 2 pitchers from 2 minor league pitchers from the Mariners. All right, Rizzo went and cash consideration went over to the Yankees for Alexander Vizcaíno, who I think is one of their top prospects, and Kevin Alcantara. Danny Duffy, now he's on the IL. He went from the Royals to the Dodgers for a player to be named later. So that's a good trade. He's a left-handed pitcher who could be serviceable for them in the bullpen if he doesn't start in that rotation. But they're looking to replace a Trevor Bauer, so that's why they got Scherzer and they got Duffy. Ryan Tipietra I can't pronounce his name horribly. Sorry. He went over to Chicago. He went from Chicago to Chicago. Went from the Cubs to the White Sox. That was another player I think the Mets could have probably pulled away from the Chicago Cubs for Bailey Horn, left-handed pitcher. My background music has just been failing me all day today. Let's see what we could play. Alexa, please play some hip hop beats.
Here's a station you might like. Rap Rotation Radio on Amazon Music.
There you go. Alexa, lower the volume to 5. All right, Alexa, lower the volume to 4. Alexa, lower the volume to 4. Okay. Brad Hand went over to Toronto. And he just went for Riley Adams, who's a catcher. So let's go ahead and look and see what else is being done right now. It's been slow. If you're concerned, if you're a Mets fan right now, please take a swig with me. Whoa, Alexa, you need to stop that. Alexa, you need to play some hip hop beats.
Here's a station you might like. Rap Rotation Radio on Amazon Music.
It's the same thing. Okay, Alexa, stop. This is hilarious. Alexa, could you please play only hip hop beats?
Here's a station for you. Pop throwbacks on Amazon.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're cooking with oil. All right, so there's a rumor that this came down 36 minutes ago. Joakim Soria, who's about 36 years old, 37 years old, who has been rumored to the Mets for almost a decade now. He's when he was a KC closer, when he was in Oakland, he was rumored to the Mets, and he never found his way over here. But now there's a rumor that he might be able a bullpen piece, and he's right now if you really checking in, they're checking on Joakim Soria, Iglesias, and Michael Fulmer, and that's for Michael Mayer, who's pretty spot on. That came out 23 minutes ago. So, I mean, one or two of those guys would be awesome. But I always want a lefty to go with another lefty. Soria. Also, Andy Martino is talking about Soria. So, look like this Soria thing is picking up some. But this is not a move to get us over the top. I mean, we need to, let me write out this bullpen. Let me see how that's going to look if we get Soria or somebody. I like to, see how it looks visually on paper and everything when you write it out. So Familia has been hot for us. I like the way he's been pitching. Loop has been pitching. He's been a savior. He's been a lifesaver. May's been disappointing. But, maybe he'll turn around in the second half. Maybe he'll turn around after the trade deadline or whatever. Let's see what Soria's been doing this year. Let me see how his if Soria is a bullpen move that's going to be made, along with hopefully a starting pitcher in the bat. Let's see how Joakim Soria has been doing. Joakim Soria. Okay. Right now, he's 37 years old from Mexico. He's playing for the Royals, I believe it is right now. This is Baseball Reference stats. Okay, there it is. Oh, sorry, he's on Arizona. All right, so last year in Oakland, he had a 2.82 ERA in 22 games as a reliever. In 31 games this year in Arizona, bad Arizona team, he has a 4.30, 29 innings, 31 hits given up, 31 strikeouts. Okay. All right, yawn. You gotta take a sip. He got 6 saves this year. You can probably get him so cheap. I think he's a reliable reliever. He's going to give you an inning or two of good pitch, well pitched baseball. But right now he's old. He had his last really good season last year. Only 22 games. He was 2-2. If you go back to 2018, he had 3.12 ERA between two teams, Milwaukee and Chicago, and had 16 saves that season, 66 games. So that's pretty not bad. I mean, if you get Soria on the cheap, I'm okay with that to stretch out the bullpen a little bit more, give you another arm. I'm not sure what he's doing as far as his power pitching anymore. I'm not sure if he's really even a power pitcher anymore. Okay, let's see something. Don't you up? All right, let's see what's going on over here. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I'm just looking to see if I see anything. I'm looking to see if there's anything else going on. Like if you see anything that you haven't that I haven't mentioned, definitely leave it down in the comments or whatever. Okay. Wow. All right. So there's nothing going on right now besides that Joaquin Soria rumor. The Buxton thing seems to calm down a little bit. So we're an hour and 20 minutes away from the deadline, guys. An hour and 20 minutes. A lot of people is on doing their live right now. Turn black jerseys. Okay. So the names that we mentioned, I'm certain. Oh wow, okay. This just came out. White Sox landed Kimbrel. White Sox have landed Craig Kimbrel. So they made 2 trades with and this came out at 2:19, so 20 minutes ago. Finalizing the deal with Craig Kimbrel from the Chicago Cubs. Everybody's loading up. We need to start loading up right now. Everybody's like gearing up for this year. Kimbrel's going over to the White Sox. They already got Hendricks. They're just going to be a stud of a team right there too. They seen that Tampa Bay. They seen the whole AL East is loading up. They're going to be in the playoffs. Why not? They load up also. Only powerhouse I haven't seen loading up. The only 2 powerhouses, maybe 3. Well, even Milwaukee made a move. They got Eduardo, the third baseman from Arizona. Only powerhouses I see that haven't loaded up right now is the Astros and the Mets and San Francisco. So they Chicago's gonna be a problem. They got Kimbrel now. Joint team times 25. Wow. So they have two of the best relievers in the game right now. Kimbrel, who doesn't have to even in Chicago. He's going right across town to the south side to play for the White Sox or whatever. So they got him and Hendricks to shut down. And now Kimbrel's the type of person, he doesn't budge from the ninth inning. He wants to be the ninth inning closer. And Hendricks also is a ninth inning a type personality that needs to be a closer also. So was that even necessary? What did he give up for that? So now, okay, the Kimbrel trade's been made for Chicago. Now they could probably go back to the Mets and focus on the Mets and making a move with the Mets instead of having to worry about getting rid of Kimbrel. We playing another powerhouse tonight in the Cincinnati Reds. So we have to get that shit together. So we could forget about Kimbrel. I never was really big on thinking that Kimbrel was going to come here. He's going over to the Chicago White Sox. He's going to be either their 8th inning guy or their closer. More likely, he's going to be their closer. Hendricks might have to slot in as the 8th inning guy, the setup guy. So a lot of names are coming off the board that we've been married to, as far as Berrios, Kimbrel, stuff like that. So let's see. All right, 2 minutes ago. Mets are, this is from Ken Rosenthal. Mets are in discussion on Javier Baez, possibly more. Sources tell me, sign me up for Berrios. I mean, for Baez. Right now, sign me up for Baez. This is what I made in my last video. I want Javier Baez on the team. By all means, let's put Javier Baez. Right now, he could play shortstop till Lindor come back and slide over to second base or third base. I actually think, even though he said he will play second base, I think Baez is suited for third base over McNeil because he has more of an arm for third base. And then next year he goes slot over to second base and maybe McNeil goes somewhere else. Who knows? It's That's your number 2. I woke up early today to go bang out in the gym real early, go work a little bit, and come back and do this podcast. So this live stream. So a lot of these moves are coming quick and fast. A lot of them are happening because the deadline is only an hour and 15 minutes away. And at the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to recap everything that took place. If we have to go past 4:30, it's totally fine. We have to recap a lot of these things. I promise to take my dogs out at 4:30, so they, take them to the park so they can run around a little bit. So we could definitely do that. So that was a good little trade for Chicago. Just wasn't really on board for him coming to the Mets because Diaz definitely wouldn't play well in the 8, and Kimbrel has to close. Okay. I'm seeing more news made by the Knicks and LA Lakers than the Mets right now. I'm getting that more on my phone. Knicks traded a lot of their picks yesterday, and they traded them for future consideration, future picks. But just a little bit, we're gonna go a little bit into basketball. I'm a Knicks fan. Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers yesterday for Kyle Kuzma, Montreal, the power forward. I forgot his last name. So that's a good move. More so for Tax return release. Good move for Washington, in my opinion. The Washington Wizards. I believe Bradley Beal might be out of there real soon. Maybe for even Damian Lillard, who knows? But Knicks might be gearing up for Damian Lillard trade too. So be on the lookout for that. Might do some Knicks news as it gets closer to the season. Doing well, okay. So I did shoulders today. Anybody else worked out today? Let me know. I did shoulders earlier today, and my shoulders feel great. If you worked out, leave in the chat. Tell us what you did today. Okay, so Keg Krim. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Okay. So it came down. Keg Krimble went to the White Sox for Nick Mangrove, their minor league second baseman. That's been a big prospect in their farm system. He's going to be, and Cody, right-handed pitcher Cody Hewer. A lot of these prospects are being moved. And 2 minutes ago, this came down. Ken Rosenthal and Jason Starks are reporting the Mets are discussing Cubs, Javier Baez, and possibly more. No trades announced yet, not confirming. But this Javier Baez Mets thing, marriage is picking up a little bit of steam, and Chicago is just big players right now because they got Nick Mangrove, who's a top prospect in the Chicago White Sox system. He was, remember a few years ago, he was like a top 5 pick from the White Sox in the draft. So that's good on Chicago's, the Cubs end. World's looking at her. That's a good move for both Chicago teams. I think it's overkill for the White Sox, but they're all in because everybody else is all in this year. So why not be all in? You have to. It's an arms race, pretty much by these mega power teams that's trying to outdo each other. So you have to keep up with the Joneses. Okay. I think I already announced this already. Sean Armstrong, right-handed pitcher from Baltimore, went over to Tampa Bay. He's probably going to be a star now because Tampa Bay just turns anybody's pitching mess into a pitching stud. So there you go. Yes, man. Okay. So that was good. So all these big names are being moved. The main characters that everybody thought was going to be moved are being moved. Right now, Chicago just has to go ahead and get rid of Bryant Baez, maybe Hendricks, to complete their total rebuild, like how Washington did. Washington they gave up 3 of their All-Stars this year, except Soto. They have 4 All-Stars this year: Schwarber, Scherzer, Trey Turner, and Soto. They're keeping I did not expect Trey Turner to be moved. I didn't see the reason to move him. Maybe they got the prospects they've been desiring for him, but I feel Trey Turner could have been much more serviceable for them in the future. Did they feel they wasn't going to be able to re-sign him? I felt him and Soto going in the future would be a great tandem to have, but it seems like they're looking to be pretty much a lower level team for the next few years. till Soto reach more into his prime, and then maybe rebuild that team from them again. But they're going on a rebuild because there's no way. I seen Trey Turner as a tradable piece for them right now. I did not see that coming, but I'm not complaining because I'm happy to get him out the NL East, and that's one team that's a little bit less than a powerhouse anymore. They're no longer a threat, in my opinion, especially giving away two of their top studs and three of their all-stars, three of their four all-stars. So that's okay in my opinion. Okay. All right. I've been nursing this beer. Okay, I'm trying to send this message out real quick. That's not fair. Let's screenshot this. Boom. So okay, hold on one second. Why is not? Axe. Hold on one second. Why is it not coming up? Everybody but guys, I'm looking for any type of other trades coming down the pipeline. Bear with me. Drink a beer. Used to be a good song. I used to play this song a lot. Okay, this is annoying as hell. So, WhatsApp. Okay, that's even better. Oh, gotcha. No wonder. All right. So let's take a look again. Let's see what's happening on the Mets. I'm gonna go on their website. Anything happen? Anything new? Nope. The same old, same old. Breaking. Okay, this came down 3 minutes ago. Okay. New York Mets are finalizing a trade to acquire shortstop Javier Baez from the Chicago White Sox. This is from Jeff Passan. Sources tell ESPN deal is pending medicals. Okay, so they have a trade in place right now, guys. So breaking news: Mets have a trade in place for Javier Baez. You can't wipe the smile off my face. Making movements towards 14 minutes ago, Joel Sherman making movements. Mets are making movements towards Javier Baez. Maybe a pitcher in the deal too. Pitcher might be Zach Davies. That came down 14 minutes ago. Okay, so Bob Nightingale. Mets have just acquired Chicago Cubs shortstop Javier Baez 3 minutes ago. Okay, hold on. Listen to this. Ken Rosenthal 3 minutes ago. Mets are talking about adding pitcher from the Cubs in addition to Javier Baez, either Zach Davies or Trevor Williams. Sources tell The Athletic. Deal is not close at this moment. Okay. All right. Watch next hour after reports. Okay. From John Morrissey, the San Francisco Giants and Chris Bryant are one pairing to watch in the next hour or so after reports from Feinstein that Javier Baez is heading to the Mets. Bias to the Mets. Thank you, Steve Cohen. Let's go Mets. Sign me up. Okay. All right. So that's I made a video. Go back to my video and watch it. I made a video about Javier Baez and why we should get him. Hold on. Breaking Mets are making a splash. New York is finalizing a deal for Javier Baez from the Cubs. Remember, Mets will always be the Mets. Okay. You gotta love. Let's effing go Mets. Talk to Baez. Mets so close to done. Baez and Lindor at some point. Same infield. Gonna be fun to watch. That's gonna be electric now, man. BLM. Nah, the Mets are making a move on. Wow, Mets already moving on. Come on, this is stupid. Somebody tweeted that the Mets are moving on from Lindor. No, it's improving Lindor. You put Lindor and then Baez at second base. It's stupid. All right, let me see what my man Wardy's talking about over here. He must be blowing a gasket. Okay, Wardy, let's see what. Okay, breaking news. Okay.
Zapier is at the heart of every system that we use.
I'm watching another YouTuber that I follow a lot. Wardy, he's.
Martino says, continuing to hear that it's not a short thing that Cubs trade Brian at all. I would be surprised by that. I really would, because there are a lot of suitors for Brian.
Lindor will be back soon.
I'd say stay tuned, regardless if he goes to the Mets or not. I'd be pretty surprised if Brian doesn't get dealt. I'd be very
so Lindor is going to be in.
I should be next GM. I know I should not. Bucks to 99 speed. Oh my goodness. Mets aren't making any progress, according to Tim Brand on trade for Story. That's fine. That's perfectly fine with me. Again, one, anything can change with a phone call, and two, the Mets are, just because the Mets are showing interesting guys doesn't mean they're going to get heavily. Spoiler alert, Mets won't make any moves of significance. Mike, it's okay to be every one of you guys I've been here. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Let's get sassy. Oh my God! Just this middle infield would be so much fun. Again, Madrigal. I will not be keeping this on that much longer. Buxton and Donaldson for his contract. Someone says that'd be awesome. I mean, I would not be against
Bias tonight and tomorrow.
I would not whatsoever. All right, guys. Now let's go and check everything that's currently going on the web, shall we?
So. That infield is going to look.
And we're really close to 400 likes, guys.
The up the middle is going to be sick. We're not doing. I guess we're keeping Davis at third base.
Let's see if there's anything new.
Conforto, Lindor and Baez up the middle is going to be hard to get hits up.
Chimed in on every single reliever out there. According to Michael Mayer, again, a few relief options that the Mets have checked in on. Joaquin Soria from the D-backs, as we know, Raisel Iglesias from the Angels, and Michael Fulmer, the former New York Met, as we know, that was traded, I believe, in the Cespedes deal right on the trade deadline in 2015 from the Tigers. So keep an eye on any of those potentially landing in Queens.
So we got Baez, guys. Don't know if we're getting a picture supposedly with it. Maybe it might be Davies. It might be.
Yeah, I'm 7 foot for sure.
Trevor Williams.
Right, you think the Mets will make a move? You haven't been watching baseball. Steve Cohen will make moves. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. You have not been following the club if you don't think the Mets will make moves.
So we got an outer goal to see if another move is being made. Maybe a reliever. So this lineup is
Clown Thomas, indeed. He thinks that not even close 6'3". What's he talking about?
This lineup is going to be a little bit more potent now with Baez in it.
5'5" on a good day. If you guys ever meet me, see me at games, you'll be like, damn, you a short mofo. That's exactly what you'll say.
Excuse me. We got a right-handed power bat now.
For goodness sakes, what is with the bench for wearing the jean jacket? This could end up being the best trade deadline in Mets history, and yeah, it very well could be. It absolutely could be. I mean, we'll see though. That they have time, but time's ticking, guys. Under 2 hours left until the 4 p.m. deadline, as we know. Talks are still ongoing with, again, the Rays right now.
Same thing with the Giants, with Bryant specifically, and the Mets, of course. Baez, all these guys.
So, in my opinion, this is the
Thomas, why are you
biggest
swearing? Why is
trade
everybody
deadline
swearing?
ever, as far as big names being moved, potential free agents in the off season, potential just like players that's already like signed for a year or two, like in Turner's case, he's still signed for another year or two. He's not a pending free agent, or whatever. Might be going to arbitration soon. It's amazing all these names that's being moved. A lot of these free agent stuff. Let's see where they're gonna all sign next year. I think I wanted Baez because I think Baez is super signable. He only wants $200 million. He's not going to get Lindor money. Whereas I think Trevor Story thinks he's going to get probably Lindor under Lindor money, maybe $300 million. And then I don't even think he's worth it. Nor do I think he wants to play in a New York environment where Baez wants to be here and he doesn't mind playing second base. Oh, actually, sorry, we might move McNeil to third. I forgot about McNeil.
My goodness, relax.
I like this good problem that we have as far as a lot of star players. It's a good problem to have.
Let's get Pablo Sandoval. No, Pablo actually just got traded, as a matter of fact. Pablo literally just got traded. Kimbrel, the White Sox.
What did we give up?
Damn. What are the White Sox giving up, though? What is with the White? Why are the Cubs and the White Sox doing all this? All these trades with each other like that. What? Why didn't they just trade for him yesterday when they got Tepera? That makes no sense to me. Hold on. That's so weird. Ryan Tepera literally got traded from the Cubs to the White Sox yesterday.
Let's see what the Mets gave up for Baez because it's And right now, if Baez on the team, he's going to be second behind Alonso as far as home runs. He has 22, where Pete has 23.
That would be like what? Kimbrel's really going. If Kimbrel goes to one, I don't have it. White
Chicago
Sox, my AL team. If you guys don't know, I'm a fan of the White Sox. Obviously.
All right, still shortstop. All right, so I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna have to pause you real quick, Wardy. Mets are acquiring a star shortstop Javier Baez in trade with Chicago Cubs. ESPN Jeff Passan reports another member of the Cub Corps sent packing as he approaches free agency. Baez is partially rebounding from the dreadful 2020 season. Wow, kind of. Right now, he's batting .248. He has 22 home runs, 65 RBIs, but his on-base percentage is subpar at 292. He's leading the NL in strikeouts. Okay, he represents the Mets' first big splash at the deadline. He's trying to hang on to the NL East. Still, he's throwing defender at either middle infield position, capable of transcending moments at the plate. Earlier this week, he openly said he wanted to play with his friend and fellow Puerto Rican native Francisco Lindor. The Mets shortstop, who signed an extension over the winter to stay in New York, is currently on the IL. Figures to fill in for him, eventually starting the second base when he comes back. The exit falls in line with fellow Wrigley Field mainstay Anthony Rizzo was dealt to the Yankees, blah, blah, blah. Ken Kimbrel shipped to the White Sox. Rumored. And the only person that's still there is Bryant. But who did we give up? I want to know who we gave up, and it hasn't said yet who we gave up. So right now, the story is we got Javier Baez on the New York Mets. We don't know. I don't know what the players are. I'm trying to see who it is. We might be getting a pitcher also in return with this. Miss Down Jose Briss, blah blah blah. I multiple true story. I'm just going through the everything. Okay, so it's confirmed. I'm gonna go on the Mets website. No. Okay, so it's confirmed Mets and Javier Baez are heading towards a deal. Francisco Lindor, Edwin Diaz, who are fellow Puerto Ricans, and others are hugging, shouting, and laughing at Citi Field right now. Finalizing for Javier deal is pending medical. Baez and Trevor Williams to the Mets. So I'm gonna look at Trevor Williams. This came down 7 minutes ago from Ken Rosenthal. I'm gonna look at Williams' stat. I don't know that much about Trevor Williams. Mets are also receiving Trevor Williams from the Cubs for Javier Baez. I want to know who the players are as far as who we're giving up. This is all Twitter. Breaking. Trade acquire. Okay. But I didn't know who the hell we gave up. I won't go on Major League Baseball career OPS versus left-hander. Now, Javier Baez hit left-handed pitching like crazy. And right now we have two of the top left-handed hitters against left-handed pitching in Nemo and Dominique Smith, along to go with right-handed hitters that hit left-handed pitching well in Baez and JD Davis. So we need to just get healthy, man, and get all these players out there playing together. Trevor Williams came back in the package. I gotta look at Trevor Williams' stat. Putting a reel for 300. Okay. Breaking makes a splash. Javier Baez. Okay. So this is what I've been asking for. Everyone in Puerto Rico is ditching the Cubs hat for the Mets hat now. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So let me see Trevor Williams. Let me see what he did. So, I mean, we had to be patient, guys. We had to wait. The Mets never make you anything easy. We make you sweat it out a little bit, and that's totally fine. So let's look at the 29-year-old Trevor Williams. Let's see who we got. Okay. I'm not like... Okay, so let's see. He's 29 years old, 6'3", 235 pounds, second rounder, drafted by the Marlins out of Arizona State University. This season right here, his first season in Chicago, he was originally played for Pittsburgh for the last 5 years prior to this year. In 13 games, 12 starts with the Cubs, he has a 5.06 ERA. Wow, okay. He only had really one season under a 4 ERA in his 6-year Major League career. He had seasons of full seasons of 4.07. The 2018 season is 3.11 and 14 wins that year with 31 starts. 19, he had a 5.38. Last year, he had a 6.18 in 11 games, and this year it's a 5.06. 58 innings pitched. He gave 68 hits and 61 strikeouts and 22 base on balls. Okay. He's a back end pitcher. Might play out in the bullpen. I'm not really sure his velocity and everything, how bit of a pitcher he is. So right now he's the pitcher we got, and he's controllable to, let me see, when does he become a free agent? Oh, he's a free agent this year. So we're probably not going to, or no, sorry, is he arbitration eligible? Sorry, he's an arbitration eligible in 2022. He signed as a free agent. Okay. And he becomes a free agent in 2023. So, yeah, we got Trevor Williams along with, and I figure he's going to be just more of a depth piece, spot start. He's going to, we could stop using these openers and we could start, and hey, my dog's here. What's up? Come here. We could stop using these openers and we could pretty much use him as a starter in our starting pitching staff. Come here. Come here. Come, Bree. Okay. Here's Mama. Hi. Hi. Hi, Fatso. You're stinky. Okay. I'll put you down. So, yeah, he could play as a depth piece for us. He's pretty much going to be in a probably a spot start or be in a bullpen if need be. But he's not going to be one of our main starters once everybody comes back healthy and Carrasco comes back tonight. But I just want to know who we gave up for these players. We haven't seen anything more about who was given up and who's We just seen who we got. So let's see. We'll look around. We'll go on the Mets website real quick. Okay, add blah blah blah. Okay, so this might tell us a little bit more. I'm gonna look at the New York Post right now. And finalize Trevor Williams. He's all pending the physical. Gold Glover. And still, it doesn't say who we gave up. Okay. Let me see. Big Apple. Yep, doesn't say who we gave up. Let me take a look on Yahoo. It's still giving us the same reports. Nobody. So I'm thinking it's nobody's significance, like a big prospect. Maybe a prospect that we could save and put in a different trade. Okay. Ooh, okay, all right. So we did give up center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA. Will be going to Chicago for Baez in this trade. So he was our center fielder of the future. He's going over to Chicago for Baez and Williams. Not sure if we're giving up anything else. Okay, yeah. So it's only been PCA. He went for Baez and Trevor Williams. So now we have to re-sign Baez somehow. And now he becomes Chicago's center fielder of the future. Now, PCA has been hurt all season with shoulder surgery. He was out all season. So if you put, and I didn't think he was going to be on the move. So I'm okay with that move. Chicago is gearing up now. They're totally rebuilding. They have a whole bunch of top prospects coming back. A few from the Yankees, a few from the White Sox in the Kimball trade, and of course PCA from us, who he had a future here, but of course he got hurt this year. Supposed to speak. So Mets manager Luis Rojas is having a press conference in the next 8 minutes, I think, at 3:20. Traded for Trevor. Realized that how we about that in Trevor's story. Okay. Signed up. All right, this is good right here. Unloading good prospects and cooked products. Amazing. Okay, so this is good. This is good. I'm not mad at this trade at all. McNeil shifts between third and outfield. Sounds great. And maybe like in a few years, maybe like in next 5 years or so, Chicago is gonna be good again because they're gonna have a good middle infield and Mangrove and Pete Crow Armstrong, who they picked up today. So that's pretty good. Continuing. All right, so we still got about 45 minutes before the deadline is complete, so we can still make another trade. We're still looking at I'm hoping this is not their starting pitching move that they're looking to make in Trevor Williams. We could potentially still get Soria. Something big. Okay. We could still get I'm still wanting another intriguing. Okay. I'm still wanting another starting pitcher. I prefer Zach Davies, but I'm fine with Trevor Williams for now. But if it depends on what we do in the next 45 minutes. Okay. There was other relievers mentioned in the as potential rumors. Let me see what this is right here. I don't see nothing right now for Chris Bryant. I think that's something that might come down with San Francisco real soon. We got 45 minutes to go, so let's see. Excuse me. If Chicago decides to move Chris Bryant, move him somewhere to the West Coast. Excuse me. I'm still hoping for Buxton as the center fielder of the future now, since we gave up the center fielder of the future in PCA. Still terrible job of trading. You really didn't learn anything from Kelnick deal. I'm liking these Twitter response to the trade. So somebody wrote, new owner and still terrible job of trading. You really didn't learn from anything from the Kelnick deal. Hashtag Mets. I think that's unfair because the Kelnick's still not I mean, he's looking great in the minor leagues and everything, but still didn't look well in the major leagues when he came up. Then he's also hitting the Pacific League, which is a hitter-friendly league. Who knows if he's going to hit well when he reaches the major league? He's a top prospect, but who knows how he's going to translate to the major league? PCA is not much of a hitter. He's more of a speed guy. He's going to get on base. He's probably going to pretty much be more so a slap hitter, but he's going to have great defense. If you could get a power hitter and a proven player in Javier Baez, who's already an all-star, instead of having Pete Crow Armstrong, who might just be a 4 outfielder at best, or just maybe a serviceable center fielder, by all means, I'm good with making this trade. And he's helping us get in the playoffs. I'm okay with this trade. I think people are just a little bit gun shy now because of what happened with Kelnick, and they feel that, all right, if you trade a prospect, you have to get back something that's a sure thing. A prospect's just a prospect till they perform. All right. Kelnick hasn't performed yet. PCA, we don't know about him yet. So we can't say this is a bad trade. We're getting a proven player in Baez. I'm fine with this move. I think this is more of a playoff contention move. This is fine. We don't need to panic. People are panicking when we don't make a move, and people are panicking when we do make a move. So you're never going to make everybody happy. People are just going to be people. Okay. So I'm looking for more rumors. Of course, we don't want to give away no top 5 prospects or top 10 prospects. We want to keep the farm system the way it is. But look at it like this. PCA wasn't playing anyway this year. Who knows if he's going to come back? He's 19 years old. Who knows if he's going to come back and be the hitter that he once was in high school. He's only hit in high school. We don't know what he's going to do in the minor leagues or in the major league level. So, we know what we're getting from Baez. We know we're getting great defense. We know we're getting a flashier player. We have to keep up with the San Diegos of the world, with the LAs of the world, with the whole AL East. We have to, and the Chicago White Sox. Everybody's loading up. We have to find a way to keep up with these players. All right, so breaking news. Mets get Baez from the Cubs. Great.
Accept your preferred news channel. You can choose from sources like NPR, Fox. Here's a station you might like. Ultimate Classical on Amazon Music.
Alexa's doing her own thing. Alexa, keep playing hip hop music. I don't know why you stopped anyway.
Here's a station you might like. Rap Rotation Radio on Amazon Music.
Go for it. talk over. Honestly, all I can tell you. Okay. This is awesome. Thank you. Alexa. Alexa, stop. Stop looking at Keisha. Alexa, play hip hop beats. Alexa's been screwing up this whole.
Style over some beats.
Yes, please.
Do it solo or make it a cipher and pass the beat around with some friends.
Yes, I want to freestyle over the beats, Alexa. Come on. She's been.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Just say drop the beat or start the music.
Drop the beat. It's a good beat, Alexa. All right. Another thing too, I believe this is going to help Baez in a way. I think this might be he's clutch. He was the 2016 NL CS MVP in that championship series for the Cubs. I think it was against the Dodgers. So he's playoff proven. Has a chip. He won a World Series. So he's definitely a clutch player. So I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be rejuvenated playing in New York. So that's definitely going to help him as far as being a player. I'm laughing at Alexa. Alexa's on the skits right now. Alexa, please play hip hop music for the 89th time.
You might like Rap Rotation Radio on Amazon Music.
There you go. Go for it. Huh? Okay. Alexa, play classic hip hop.
The playlist Rediscover the 80s Hip Hop on Amazon
Okay.
Music.
Yeah, that's good. That's doable. Yeah. That's not the 80s, but it's fine. Yeah, I like this song. Yeah, play that. I'm an 80s baby. I'm 41 years old. I'm certain people listening, if there's anybody listening, is in the 80s too. So I think this might rejuvenate him and make him a little bit more excited to come to New York. He might just might hit us another 15 home runs, 10 home runs over the next 2 months. I'm down for that. So we got about 35 minutes left, 37 minutes left in the before the trade deadline is complete. Increase pay. Okay. And I'm looking to see if there's anything that's coming down the pipeline right now. It might not be for us no more. Okay, blah, blah, Trevor Williams. I'm looking more so. Oh, another thing too. Recommended Javi Baez to Mets the owner. Another thing too. We're like a day or two from the deadline of Kumar Rocker, and the Mets marriage not being a split. So we gotta find out what's going on with that. Just following this trade, blah blah. Okay, good. I'm looking at the splits now. Javier Baez against left-handed pitching. This year he's hitting 301, 363 on base percentage, and a slugging percentage of 603. The Mets against left-handed pitchers this season alone is batting 245, on base average of 323, and a slugging percentage of 393. Every game against left-handed pitching, especially we're going to be facing a lot of left-handed pitching in the playoffs. with the Kershaws of the world, with with San Diego having some left-handed pitcher, San Fran having left-handed pitcher, Milwaukee having left-handed pitcher. You got to bat Baez right there in the middle of the lineup against left-handed pitching. Lindor is more of a better hitter against left-hand. He's a better right-handed hitter because he's a switch hitter. He's a better right-handed hitter. So you got to put him right there in the middle of the lineup against these lefties, because this has been killing us. Look at this weekend right here against Atlanta, and they had Drew Smiley, and other players, other left-handed pitchers. So we have to get better against left-handed pitchers, and that's probably been our downfall for this year now, batting average being so low. A lot of people don't like Pete Crow Armstrong being the player for Baez. I'm actually okay with this. I'm not. I looked at him more so as being a potential defensive outfielder, not with power. His scouting report, he doesn't have power. He's a left-handed pitcher, more of a leadoff guy. If he doesn't translate as a leadoff guy, if he doesn't get on base enough to be a leadoff guy, he could be maybe a bottom of the lineup hitter, maybe a number 8 hitter. And I'm not shitting on him because we just traded him. I'm more so calling how I felt he was. And didn't really like the draft pick when he was drafted. But his defensive metrics are huge. He's going to be a good defensive player regardless, no matter wherever he's at, whoever he plays for. But we knew that. We knew he's more of a speed guy. Didn't think he was going to be a Jose Reyes type, but I believe he was going to be somebody serviceable, maybe get you 20 stolen bases throughout the year, 15 to 20 stolen bases. Home run-wise, being a left-handed bat, I don't see no more than 8 home runs coming from him because he doesn't have power. As far as hitting for average, not really sure about that either because you just seen him against high school pitchers. You didn't see him against major league hitters or minor league pitchers or major league pitchers. So I kind of seen him translating more so to a 260 hitter instead of a 300 hitter. So me giving up a person that's going to be hitting 260 something, maybe 8 home runs, good defense in center field because he's playing up the middle, and maybe 20 stolen bases for a person that also plays up the middle that wants to be here. There's going to be a second baseman that's going to give you 30 home runs a year. That's going to give you clutch home runs, clutch baseball with his defense up the middle. He's a Gold Glover, and is also going to steal you 20 bases. I'm fine with that move, and he's already a solidified All-Star. I'm fine with that move. I'm totally fine. You're giving up an injured player for a player that's been durable for most of his baseball career. Wants to play with his best friend Lindor to have an electric up the middle type of defense. I'm fine with giving up that player. And we got 2 players for him, and I think Baez is totally signable. Now, if we gave up PCA for a Trevor Story, I'd feel a little bit more away about it. But we're giving up for a person that we think we're going to be able to sign. So I'm not feeling as bad as a lot of other people that I'm reading feels about this trade. So here's another thing that came from Michael Mayer right now. Mets are still having conversation with the Twins about Kenta Maeda. Mets also discussing J.D. Davis in trades with the Twins. I'm very happy with the Baez trade. Okay. Okay. I like a Kenta Maeda. Like if we get Soria and Kenta Maeda in the last 30 minutes of this trade deadline, I'm fine with that. Excuse me. Sources say Lindor recommended Javier Baez to owner Steve Cohen. So Lindor is definitely Cohen's ear right now. Rest in peace, Biz Marquee. Somebody wrote, can't wait to watch Javier Baez play defense every single night, especially when he gets to slap a tag down, especially when he gets a throw from James McCannon to throw out a runner at second base. Another injury-prone player. Price tag. So Joey Olive is saying that Jolly Olive, is saying that Mets being out on Buxton is good. Cannot handle another injury-prone player, especially one with a high price tag. I love Buxton when he's able to play, but how often does he get to play? Not too often because he's always injured. Is there a penalty for too much swag on the same team? Feel like Mets are pushing the boundaries with Baez and Lindor. Now, Baez and Lindor is Tatis and Machado East, in my opinion. Okay, this is good. This is good. I'm in love with this deal. This is a great deal. I'm happy we didn't get Trevor Story. Oh, sorry. Hi, Mama. Come here. Come. Come. Okay. I didn't want Trevor Story. Didn't want John Gray either because I didn't feel he would translate well in New York. I'm not huge on Trevor Williams. I felt we could have got Zach Davies, but I guess they wanted somebody that was a little bit controllable, where Zach Davies could have easily walked next year too. But I feel he's a better pitcher, and it's all about this year and getting, us over the hump. So we have 27 minutes left in this trade deadline. They're still in talks with Minnesota. JD Davis is an option for Minnesota. I see they're looking to potentially move him over there, be it for Buxton, be it for Donaldson. Now, do we need to get another infielder? We already have McNeil and Davis and stuff like that. You might have to give him a Davis for Donaldson. I need to know what's going on in this Kumar Rocket situation because it'll be ugly if we're not able to sign him. Okay. I don't see nothing. If we don't sign Kumar Rocket, he goes back to school and we get the 11th pick next year in the draft. With that being said, I haven't seen an update on anything in the last 2 days. His physical didn't go well, and his issue is elbow. And with his agent being Scott Boras, he's not going to budge from his price range, injury or not. So if we have to not take on Kumar Rocker because of an elbow injury and him being potentially injured, I'm fine if we get the 11th pick next year in the draft automatically, because we're definitely going to have a higher pick in the 20s, hopefully 30, because we're probably going to make the playoffs this year. Okay. So the Mets are happy. So we have a family atmosphere over here. So with it being a family atmosphere and us being more of a family as a team, you want players here that's going to want to be here and that gets along. It's a shame if we have to give up a Davis because he's such a intricate part of this team and this roster, and as far as the camaraderie between him and Dominic Smith and other players, McNeil and stuff like that. If we lose him, it's hard to hard to bring on a player that doesn't want to be here. So we want to keep that dynamics, that family dynamics, because these guys are picking up each other. These guys have a certain energy that they like each other. So it's important to keep that. But if we get a better player now, if we get a Buxton for Davis, then I'm fine with that also. Not seeing nothing different. Let's go down to Twitter world. Hi. Hey. Hi. Hi. Okay. This is not a bad trade in my opinion. A lot of people are not happy. Texas not traded to the Mets. Oklahoma off. Oklahoma off to. They even after buyers. So Mets are still talking to Twins again. Michael Mayer and Andy Martino's are reporting on that. They're not resigned to just being done in this today after buyers. So Baez leads the league in So Baez led the league in leads the league in strikeouts right now, National League. I don't know if he leads all of baseball, but he leads the National League in strikeouts with 131. He's swing and miss. He's all or nothing most of the time. He doesn't walk much, and he's mostly a home run hitter. He's pretty selected. Lindor, Baez. How is Marcus Stroman eligible for the Puerto Rican team? This came down 2 minutes ago. The Mets really don't need Kenta Mahida, in my opinion. I don't get that move if they make it unless it's part of a move to prevent him going to Phillies or Atlanta. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see what that is. Yep, so it's confirmed. It's PCA. PCA. Hold on. What's this? Oh, okay. PCA for buyers. Live updates. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay. Did Kyle Gibson get moved yet from the Rangers? Oh, Philly's got wow. Philly's got Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy from the Rangers. Wow, okay. That's a big move. Nationals dealt Josh Harrison and Jan Gomes to Oakland. So we made the biggest move in the National League East, but Phillies helped their starting pitching staff and their bullpen. Done source. Oh. So this just came down. Kyle Gibson, Ian Kennedy, joining by two other prospects going to Philly. Send Kyle Gibson in. All right, so officially, this is the best. So this is the best trade deadline ever. This is why we wanted to do a live podcast, because you've seen the names, you've seen the characters that was potentially going to be moving. It's not failing. We still got some big names that's out there. It's not. It's definitely a lot of moves, a lot of wheeling and dealing. There's nothing better than baseball trade deadline. No sport has a better trade deadline. Maybe the NBA is trying to creep up there with their trade deadline because they do a lot of moves in the off season. But the Mets, the Major League Baseball trade deadline is the best by far, and the NFL draft is the best by far. So, okay. Lindor and Baez, Keystone combination is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So John Morrissey, San Francisco Giants, and Chris Bryant are one pairing to watch for the next hour. Now that Baez is heading to New York. Okay. Oakland A's has agreement to on acquiring infielder Josh Harrison and Jan Gomes. Twins are dangling Josh Donaldson and Byron Buxton. But Twins are asking for so much. This is why these trades are not being done. The Berrios trade got done because they found a participant in Toronto Blue Jays, and Toronto gave up their number 2 prospect and their number 4 prospect for a number 2/3 starter. Now this reminds me of when the Mets gave up Scott Kazmir to Tampa Bay for Victor Zambrano back was it 2004 or something like that, 2005. This reminds me of giving up somebody for or a 2 or 3. And Zambrano, in my opinion, was just a 3 at best, and they gave it up. Now that we got Baez, I don't want Donaldson as much no more. He's 35 years old, playing third base. Execs are complaining that everyone's price is too high to facilitate trades after Berrios deal. Prices are still high. Yes, Toronto gave up a lot. Austin Martin is he's going to be a star in Minnesota. It's no Minnesota won this trade deadline so far with the move of Berrios for Austin Martin. That was a total. They totally got a lot for him. Chicago Cubs got a lot for K. Krimble. Mangrel is a lot. Mangrel is a lot, in my opinion. PCA, a lot of people don't like it, but I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. If it was anybody else, if it wasn't Baez and a pitcher, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it, in my opinion. You couldn't do it for Story and Gray. It just wouldn't make no sense to me. But because we got a pitcher also along with Baez, and I believe Baez is signable, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Twins are in trade talks on Byron Buxton are intensifying. Sources say no deal is close yet. Multiple teams involved. Will be fascinating. Final 100 minutes before the deadline. All right. Well, anyway, we got 13 minutes now before the deadline. Okay, these are older reports. So let me get to something a little bit newer, fresher. Did Chris Bryant move yet? Did Trevor Story move yet? Still some big names out there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the Mets. Okay, let's go. So no Mets fans. Some are mad that we gave a PCA, but some are super happy that we made this trade. Hold on 1 second. Be right back. Alexa, turn the volume up to 5. Get back. I had to turn the AC down a little bit. It's getting a little bit cold in here. Okay. Do you think the Mets have another move? Pitching wise, I don't. I think they're done with their bats. They are talking to the Twins. I don't see. But Phillies decided to get a little bit more, a little bit stronger. Okay, so let me read this. This one. The question. This is 5 minutes ago on Twitter. I'm not going to name the name. The question shouldn't be, did the Mets give up too much for Baez? We've seen them give up on prep first round picks too quickly before. The question should be, when was the last time the Mets won the World Series? Great way of putting this. I want to see a winner now. I'll worry about 4 years from now down the road. I couldn't verbalize this any better than this guy right here on Twitter wrote it, and I'm fine with this move. If anybody don't like this move, these were the same people that were complaining that we're not making a move. There's no way you can make anybody happy in this situation. We just got an all-star second baseman. So, you know. Okay, let's see if anything else is coming down. All right, let's so with the Trevor Williams part of the deal is great because now we're not going to see Jared Eichhoff no more in a Mets uniform. That's a win. That's a win by subtraction right there. Baby. Okay. I'm gonna put Major League Baseball on my phone real quick. The MLB network. Yes. All right. We got 8 minutes to the end of this deadline. I'm hoping this is not the last trade that the Mets made. I'm hoping we get some more pitching depth besides Trevor Williams. I'm not a huge Trevor Williams fan. So far, who won this trade deadline between all the? Is it the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets now? Is it Minnesota for getting the potential stud in Austin Martin? Okay, let's just see what the Major League Baseball Network has to say. Ah, shit. I'm on SNY. Right here. Major League Baseball Network. Balance it all out with some ice. Let me see if there's anything down the ticker that I missed. But we got about 6 minutes left. I think Philly made a power move with their bullpen and their starting pitching. Kyle Gibson is huge pickup. Huge pickup for them. Okay, let's go. I'm trying to look at see how this Mets lineup is going to look now with a Baez in there. I think it's going to be a lot better than a lot of people think. My biggest thing right now is that I hope McNeil could play third base a little bit better than he played before. I'm hoping he plays third base a lot better than he played before. Okay, so there's a report that Yankees are receiving Andrew Haney from the Angels. Cardinals will receive J.A. Happ from Minnesota for John Gant and Evan Sisk. Okay, we know about Rosario going to the Braves for Sandoval. Okay. I'm watching the bomb ticker for Major League Baseball network as we got the last 4 minutes of the trade deadline. I'm surprised Osorio, Michael Fulmer wasn't pulled off by the Mets yet. Multiple sources. Okay, the Astros finally made a move. Phil Maton from the Indians in exchange for Miles Straw. Okay, they're showing Chris Bryant a lot on Major League Baseball Network, but has he been moved yet? Okay, Bryant to San Francisco, sources tell ESPN. That was something that we thought was going to happen because multiple sources, Giants have acquired outfielder third baseman Chris Bryant from the Cubs. They didn't say for who. Jeff Passan is passing that on. Wow. These are some moves being made. Still, Trevor Story hasn't been moved. The NL, okay, Mets require, okay, Trevor Williams for exchange for Armstrong, okay. Anything else by the Mets? Because that's all we're concerned about. 2 more minutes left in the trade deadline. All right. Austin Martin is the 16th ranked prospect in baseball, and Simeon Woods Richardson is the 68th for Berrios. They fleeced Toronto, man. Whoever is the exec for Minnesota should win exec of the year. Wait, Philly's got 3 pitches from Rangers. And they gave up 3 pitches. They're showing Bill McKinney. All right. So we want to go over this year's trade deadline as it comes down to the last minute. Yankees made another move, and they finally got pitcher Andrew Haney. It was not a bad move at all for them. Okay, so who's the winners here? Chris Bryant. At the very end, last minute, half court heave. They received the play they need in San Francisco to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with the rest of the teams making moves out there in the West. And they got Chris Bryant. Chicago Cubs totally flipped that whole team, the whole franchise. The Cubs and the Washington Nationals totally got their franchise. Nationals just won the World Series 2 years ago. Cubs roughly around 5 years ago totally gutted their team. All right, so it's 4 o'clock, guys. All the trades might have some last minute stuff coming in. Um, let's see if San Fran has a 3-game lead in the West. Let's see if the Mets made anything else besides the Baez deal. If there's anything on the fringe. All right, so it's 4 minutes. Excuse me, it's 4 o'clock. It's finally over, and I'm feeling like that's the only move that was made, unless something comes down the pipeline real last minute. Hmm. In 24 hours. I don't see nothing else. The core is gone. Blah, blah, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Jam pack machine up front. Okay. I don't see nothing else now. I don't see nothing else as far as a move. Trevor Story wasn't moved. We have a big series this weekend against the Cincinnati Reds. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really see nothing else. If there's anything else that we missed, you know. Hmm. Yankees are looking pretty tough, man. Hmm. So the deadline's over. If there's anything else that we missed, it's gonna come down the pipeline real soon, I guess. I'm looking to see if anybody else knows something. We should have got Soria or Michael Fulmer. I would have liked to see another move made. A lot of people are disappointed at this trade deadline. I'm watching comments and stuff made. It's so usually they give the hard deadline at 4 o'clock, right? And usually sometimes you hear something else happen like a little bit. It happens at 4 o'clock, but it's not announced till like a little bit after. So I don't think another trade, if there's anything, it'll come down probably at the very latest 4:15, maybe. Something that was probably missed or We give it to 4:15. We give it 10 more minutes. Maybe something just slipped through the crack and got through the door at 4 o'clock. A lot of people are down on this trade. Where
I don't know how to feel right now, folks. Again, I don't want this to dampen things on bias. I'm so happy for him. I'm excited as hell for him. I just, just literally only just getting biased and willing to, not being crazy enough there. That is not enough, and the Mets know that, in my opinion. So I'm going to hope. I think we're going to find out more information later today as well. We'll be streaming live stream later today too. After this stream is wrapped up, but I'm going to be very interested to see what they have to say after 5:30 presser. And my full assumption is that the Mets were getting very close to the deal with the Twins, and Hudson very well could have been part of it, and they just couldn't get the right fit. Because the Twins, I'm sure, were looking for a haul, and the Mets were trying to do their absolute best. So again, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and assume until we really. I'm not going to assume too much until we find out. I'm really excited for Baez. The only reason why I think a lot of us are disappointed is just because it made sense for them to want to get there. That was the whole point.
Not seeing nothing here for Buxton. Let me go into Minnesota Twins because the Minnesota Twins was very close.
It just doesn't feel right. And it sucks because I don't want this to take the. I'm so pumped about Baez. I just don't want to take the vibe away from this. It's just weird, underwhelming feeling a little bit. That's all I have to say.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm very happy with the Mets game Baez today, though. That cannot be overlooked. That was massive for them. That's going to drastically help them a lot going forward. I think what's most interesting about what this deadline has been is the build-up for the longest time was we're prioritizing pitching more than anything, and then the only pitcher the Mets get is a guy that's going to be moved to the bullpen. So again, like I said, I really believe the Mets have something close, and they just and at that point, I don't want them to completely overspend to the point where it's going to hurt them. Feel bad for Story. Braves had a shot to get him. Thank you for the donation play. Sucks that Story can get traded. I feel for him too, but he'll be free soon enough. Mets need to address pitching before season starts. Well, the Mets did address pitching before season starts. Injury test. So thank you for the $5 donut. I appreciate that. Regardless, guys, I do believe this was a strong deadline for the Mets. They just didn't address enough of their holes, in my personal opinion, for where they need to get. I love Baez. I'm really excited for Baez, and I will never not say that. I'm very pumped for him.
Byron Buxton's not being moved.
Think Hamels is still in play? I doubt that. John Lester did go to the Cardinals. Yep. Lester's going to the Cardinals.
Wow, John Lester's going to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't really see the point of the Cardinals signing him, but okay.
Wow, okay. John Lester to the Cardinals, guys. It's another trade that wasn't seen or reported on. I don't, we got some last minute stuff that's going to fall through the cracks. We might know more in the next 15 minutes. Let's see.
just double checking with all the sources right now, guys. If anything is changing, not just the Mets or anyone else, but again, it seems safe to say that the Mets are done.
Yes, I'm close to the edge. Okay, let's see what else we made. Oh, Joaquin Sawyer did get traded. He got traded to Toronto for 2 players to be named later. John Curtis traded from the Marlins to the Brewers. Right-handed pitcher for catcher Peyton Henry. Yankees acquire Andrew Haney for
That's fine. I said it. The Mets are
for a pitcher named Junk. And another pitcher,
that's inaccurate.
Miles Straw to the Indians. Astros get Phil Maton.
The timing for let me put it this way. The expectation was a little different with the holes that they're addressing. It would not be the same story right now. So bias is going to be a huge upside in this club, I assure you.
So Cardinals picked up J.A. Happ and I think John Lester. That hasn't.
How much of an impact, if any, is those senior guards going to have in the club, but no less. It's a lot. So a lot of good things are still happening for the Mets, and Javi Baez is not a joke whatsoever. So don't be. I know that we're underwhelmed, overwhelmed, however you like to say. We didn't do really anything else, but no less. The Mets still have a good team. We'll see if they can take that next step. We'll see how much of a spark Baez is for them. And then we'll reset. I feel confident that the Mets did not do anything else at this year's deadline because of the fact that the asking price is simply too high, and you have to draw a line somewhere. The Mets are not trading away Brett Beatty. They're not trading away Francisco Alvarez. Ryan Ruscio, they're not trading away unless it's a significant deal. And there are core pieces on this roster they obviously aren't willing to part ways with. So we're going to find out probably soon enough, even if it takes a while, to see how much actually gets unraveled from this with why they only made this one visit. But again, I just want to say thank you all so much that have been chiming in the stream. My 1,000 plus viewers. It's been an awesome stream. We're gonna go for a little bit longer still. We're gonna keep shouting it up, talking about the Mets overall.
Okay. All right, so we're at 4:13. We're after the trade deadline already. Let's see what's going on over here. Let me see on the Mets website. They didn't do anything else. Okay. There's grade and these trades and these upgrades made. So I'm gonna go to CBS. CBS is grading this as a C for the Mets. As far as who they got. Okay. So CBS Sports is grading this trade as a C for the Mets and A for the Cubs and Pete Carroll. But they also mentioned that he's a weak offensive hitter and a better defensive player. When Baez is also a Gold Glover, and they potentially believe that one day PCA will be a Gold Glover. Wow, this song is didn't age well. Mets are done, the source said. It's 11 minutes ago. No surprise deals. Total deadline haul. Javier Baez, Trevor Williams, Rich Hill. They only lost Pete Crow, Armstrong, Tommy Hunter and Matt Dyer. I mean, we knew they was going to lose a prospect for a trade, and I think what made everybody feel disappointed is the fact that all these other teams made such big trades, and we made a big trade, but they made more than one trade. Like Dodgers made another, we got two big players. We got one and some bottom end people, but you gotta remember we got a lot of people coming off the IL, and if we didn't do anything, I'd be seriously disappointed, but we did. So we gotta get these players back from the IL. We gotta get healthy, and we gotta compete. Of course, we didn't get the Byron Buxtons of the world. We didn't improve the bullpen a whole lot or the starting pitching a whole lot, but I think we did pretty much where I seen us doing, and I'm not mad. So we're gonna rock out for another 13 minutes. All the trades are pretty much in right now. We're gonna go over everybody. So we start with the Mets. The Mets made got Baez, Williams. We got Rich Hill earlier in the season. Phillies got two pitches. Ian Kennedy to solidify their bullpen. Kyle Gibson to be middle of the rotation starter. He's needed. Oh, sorry. Got a little tired. 2 hours and a half of this is going back and forth looking for trades is kind of tiring. They got Kyle Gibson to be in the middle of their rotation. Braves got a few bats. They got Peterson early in the trade deadline to combat the loss of Ronald Acuna Jr. They also got Rosario, who's on the DL, and they got Duvall. Nationals, they totally rebuilding. Same thing with the Marlins. They made a few minor trades. Brewers got their third baseman from Arizona. Reds didn't do anything at all. Reds didn't trade away anybody. They didn't get anybody. So they're standing pat, and they're 7 games behind Milwaukee with 2 months to go, and they're not looking. They're going with what they got. Cardinals got AJ Happ, and I think they got Lester. I gotta go ahead and verify that. Cubs blew up this whole thing. Pittsburgh traded a few of their players. They didn't get rid of Rich Rodriguez, which is surprising, or Brian Reynolds in center field. So they're still there. San Fran got Chris Bryant. Dodgers got everybody in the world. They got Scherzer, Trey Turner, which is, I think, the biggest move, because he's a stud. Excuse me. They got Danny Duffy, and that's it right now. A few minor pieces and stuff like that. The Padres got they got Adam Frazier and Daniel Hudson to solidify their bullpen some more. Like they needed more solidification. Let's go back to the Dodgers, right? They got Bill McKinney from the Mets, and I'm like, all right, we got Carlos Rincon, who's a good outfield prospect from them. He's 23 years old, and he could be a top prospect for us at some point. He could be in the top 10. Now that Pete Crow is gone. Pete Crow, Armstrong is gone. But I could see Billy McKinney going over there and being a Justin Turner, because he was a former first-round pick, left-handed bat. He might be something for them. They turn players into stars or whatever. San Diego, I told you who they got. Rockies didn't do anything, so they're big losers in this trade deadline period, because they didn't get anybody for Story. Standing pat, that leads me to believe Jagram won't be back anytime soon. Okay. Um, and the Diamondbacks, they gave away a few players here and there. Let's go to American League. Whew. I'm really tired. Red Sox got Kyle Schwarber, who I think that's a phenomenal move. That and the Trey Turner move are big moves to me, especially Schwarber come back and play like the person he's playing like early in the season. Nelson Cruz is a good move for Tampa Bay. They made a few minor moves also with the pitching staff, but I think that's going to play well for them also. Yankees just loaded up. They got Rizzo, Gallo. They got Andrew Haney from the Angels. Toronto got Berrios and got fleeced hard. They also got they got rid of Austin Martin and Simeon Woods Richardson. I think they got Brad Hand also. Baltimore didn't get anybody. They gave away a few players here and there. White Sox got Kimbrel. Did they get anybody else? Yeah, they got Craig Kimbrel. That's it. I think that's all who they got. Cleveland gave away a few of their players, and they also lost their manager, Terry Francona. He's going to take a leave of absence to worry about his health, which is good. Focus on getting a lot better. Tigers didn't really get anybody, nor did they give up much. Same thing with Royals. They gave only Danny Duffy. They didn't give up Whit Merrifield. Minnesota, they're winners. They got Austin Martin. Now, if they want to give money to Byron Buxton and keep him, but they might trade him. And in a sense, I'm happy the Mets didn't trade for him because he's just so injury prone. He's kind of nervous that he might give up a lot for person that might be on the field. So that's Minnesota right there. What the Astros did. The Astros got a relief pitcher. They didn't really do much, in my opinion. Oakland made a lot of small, minor moves. Chafin is a big move. I like that move in the bullpen, Chafin. The Josh Harrison, the game versatility. Jan Gomes, another catcher. They made a few small moves. I like their moves on the low. They made some like real low key good moves. Mariners got they got somebody they got Castillo and they got somebody else. I'm trying to remember who the hell they got in the trade deadline. Angels gave away. They gave up on this, and Rangers gave away a lot, and they got a lot of prospects back. They got a ton load of prospects. So the Rangers and Twins are winners as far as prospects go. As far as players go, I like what Boston did, Tampa Bay did, and the Dodgers did when they got Trey Turner and Scherzer. I think those are the winners there. The losers, the Rockies. The Rockies didn't get anybody for Story. They didn't give a Story. If they re-sign him, then fine. But they didn't get nobody for John Gray either. So I think the losers are the Rockies. Out of all the mega teams, everybody made a move. San Fran got Bryant at the end. All the mega teams made a move, except for Houston Astros. The Mets, they got Baez at the end, but the Houston Astros didn't get anybody. So I think they could potentially look like losers. Nice. Okay. We're gonna run into 5 more minutes just in case anything else comes down the pipeline that we missed. Okay. Anything else that we see here? Let me take a look real quick. Nope. It seems like that's it. I'm excited to see this middle infield when what? Mets and Twins were close on the deal for Kenta Mahita and Josh Donaldson going to New York. What were they asking for? That's JD Davis? Wow. A lot of people are mad at this move for Baez. They said, was second base really a need? But I mean, his bat was a need, and the excitement and the fact that they needed some type of improvement was a need. So I'm fine with that. Deal for Kenta Mayer and Josh Donaldson going to New York. Mets wanted more salary covered than the Twins were willing to do, and the deal didn't get done. Okay. So this came down 3 minutes ago. Mets and Twins were close to a deal that would have been Kenta Mejia and Josh Donaldson to New York. That would have been a great lineup. It's already a good lineup, but it would have been a whole lot better. Mets wanted more salary covered than the Twins were willing to do, and the deal didn't get done. Okay. Playing upside, okay. Give to get, yep. So I'm reading a lot of these things. A lot of these people are very mad about a guy they never seen play before, Pete Crow Armstrong. I get it, he's a prospect, but that's what a prospect is. A prospect is just a prospect till they finally show that they're a major league player. We got a major league player. We got two back. And a lot of people are pissed. We needed that extra bat. But when he's hitting the next 10 home runs for us down the line, it's going to change your tune. And I get it. You want to keep all your prospects, but you have to give something to get something. So I'm fine with that. The trade for Donaldson and Kenta Mahia would have been great. Would have been icing on the cake. Would have been Donaldson at third, Lindor at short, Baez at second, and Alonso at first. McCann's catching, Smith, Nemo, Conforto on the outfield. That would have been a good squad right there. That'd been hard to pitch to, but that was that trade was asking for too much back and not giving up anything as far as money wise. So it had to not the Mets wasn't comfortable with doing that trade. So John Lester went to Cardinals for outfielder Lance Thompson. So that trade did happen. I'm okay with the swag that's about to come to New York because now we have just as much swag as the Padres when it comes to. I'm an old school baseball head. I don't care about all this, the gold chain and all this other stuff. I'm not really a fan of that, but it's good to see the swag that Baez is going to bring along with Lindor and Stroman and all the other players we got. So let's make it happen. So this is it, man. The deadline is over. It's 4:30 now. No other trade came down last minute that we didn't see. Everybody report that this is over. We got Javier Baez, which is what I wanted, and I'm very happy with this. A lot of people are not, but I am. I'm gonna re-sign after the season. There's a lot of people with not liking this deal online, but I wanted this deal. I'm happy with it. The Baez edition, the Mets did create a pitching and defensive path to win the World Series. I'm not sure if the team in baseball can put defenders in the infield. Can probably on the match postseason rotation matchup. And some just got better today. Lindor around. This bag is going to be a aesthetical marvel. Even more importantly, Baez really settles things at shortstop over the next month while rehabs his oblique. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go. So that's it, man. Guys, it's 4:30. I said I was gonna stay till 4:30. It's 4:32. I'm super tired. You see me yawning a lot. I gotta take the dogs out for a walk and everything. You seen the dogs. Bree made her debut today. You know about Bro. He's there too. I gotta take him out for a walk before it gets too dark outside or whatever. This was the first ever live stream. I thank you for whoever showed up, whoever watches this after. In summation, we got what I wanted. Baez, we got a pitcher also. We didn't get the pitchers that we wanted. We didn't get Josh Johnson and all this other stuff after. We didn't get Byron Buxton or whatever. But we got better today. Everybody else got better too, but we got better also. That's all we could do was worry about ourselves. We got better as a team overall right now. So let's go with this and see where it takes us down the line. Let's just enjoy the next 2-3 months of baseball, and hopefully this propels us into the playoffs, and we were able to be a all around better team by this. All right. I'm gonna do a lot more lives and everything, and more videos and stuff down the line. Let's enjoy tonight. We got Cookie Carrasco pitching for the first time, so that's like an acquisition by itself right there. And we also got the black shirts back tonight, so let's go out there and black out the game, and that's it. I'm your host of the Morning Beer Podcast, Devereaux Davis. Thank you for listening and joining on with me. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and let them know that this is the Morning Beer Podcast, and we're here to talk Mets baseball and a whole bunch of other stuff. Follow the fitness channel. Follow my YouTube other YouTube fitness channel, and my Instagram and everything, my Facebook. Information is gonna be down below in the description. Once again, host of the Morning Beer Podcast, Devereaux Davis. Let's go Mets. Talk to you later. Peace.